one of the things that people always ask me about is the traditional brass bands. And there's always an argument about what is traditional, what's not traditional. And to me, tradition is just something that's passed down from generation to generation. Some people say, well, it's a beat and it's a feeling. I say, not necessarily. And I think what they confuse is like when they hear some drummers playing, they're playing a straight 4. And they think that's traditional, when in actuality, that's not tradition. Like I said, tradition is just passed down from one generation to the next. The older guys played it that way because the tuba player was playing boom, 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 and the bass drum just followed what the tuba player was doing. And so people always say, well, you guys are not tradition. I say, well, in a sense, we are. We've been around 26 years. Now we are the tradition. You know, not to ruffle anyone's feathers, but it's just something that's going to be passed down, and what we're doing, someone else is going to pick up and do also. In addition to that, people say, well, what about hip-hop in the brass band genre of music? I said, well, some of the newer brass bands are also doing that too. I mean, those guys are playing actually what they hear on the radio, what they see on TV, and of course, they're going to be influenced by that kind of stuff. And I try not to tell them, no, don't do that, do more of the traditional stuff, as it's called. I say, do whatever you feel. But being from New Orleans, I know they're going to end up playing exactly what, you know, whatever they hear out in the streets. So right now, we're going to do some, I'm going to do a traditional, we're going to do what's called a traditional beat that a lot of people hear from the older brass bands. And they call that traditional. Where I have an argument with them is, if I took that same beat, instead of playing a straight 4, and just start playing in the cut time, it becomes untraditional. And I say, well, that's really not tradition. And so people say, well, we just want to hear the way it was played when Louis Armstrong was playing. I say, well, I understand that. So it's really no argument there, but we still have respect for what those guys did, and hopefully they'll have respect for the kind of stuff that we're doing.